Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a very, very special day. We have a force among us that is shaping the world we all think. That force is right here in this room, and it's none other than a young writer's voice. For too long, we have been told to listen to what's already there. But we have young writers who are here to challenge it, who are here to bring their own fresh interpretations. And because of that, the world is richer. And that is why I'm so glad today and so proud to announce the launch of a very, very special book, The Secret Wall, A Search for the Truth, by young Shashwath S, who's all of 12 and who is from Bangalore. And it's not just that he is young and he's written a book, but great books are agnostic to age. You can be of any age and you can write a great book. So when you take a book, you don't actually go and check how old is the author or what they do in their spare time or their background, right? A great book is a great book is a great book. And I think with Shashwath's book, that is what you will see. You will see a book that's been written with a lot of passion, that has a great story at heart, characters that will make you wonder if they are true, and of course, a very satisfying end to make you believe that there is hope in this world. And yes, there is strife, but we can all get together. At the end, good always wins over evil. And as Diwali comes very close to us, I'm so glad that that is the theme of the book as well. But I'm not going to give out any more spoilers because we have a very exciting lineup here of all the people who have been associated with the book and made this a reality. First of all, let me introduce to you the author of the day. We have Shashwath. Shashwath is a 12-year-old. And when he had first given us his bio, he said, I'm an aspiring writer. Well, you can strike that off, Shashwath. You're not an aspiring writer anymore. You're a published author now. So Shashwath is a published author and he has a passion for storytelling. When he's not writing, he enjoys reading, drawing, playing board games with his grandparents, or playing video games. Shashwath used to tell stories about his dreams to his parents when he was barely 4 years old. And it was his father who inspired him to put down his thoughts in a book. This started his journey to write stories that are inspired by his dreams, the books he reads, and the cartoons he sees. His favorite genres include adventure and science fiction, and he hopes to inspire other young readers and writers through his work. This is Shashwath's first book, but I have to say it's going to be his first book of many. Yeah, with that, I would like to welcome Shashwath. Come on in, Shashwath. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. All right, Shashwath. So the other people don't know about your book. So I'm going to tell them the blurb that we have for this book. And then I have a few questions for you. All right. For all those who don't know, The Secret Wall is about teenagers and best friends. Okay. Their names are SJ and Viki. And they have no one else to call family except each other. They live a tough life on the streets, but all that changes when they stumble upon SJ's father's old diary. Okay. And some people start following them. So who are these people who are following them? What is this reference to a golden wing that they keep hearing about? And there's a very special character that's going to join them, which is going to be very exciting for you. We won't reveal who that is. So all of that is going to be a grand adventure of finding one's true destiny. And I hope that is a good enough blurb for you to get going. Shashwath, I think I first want to ask you, when and how did all this process of writing a book do for you?
So as you know, I used to tell many stories to my parents as my dreams. Then soon I realized that I could not only write these dreams, but I could also write stories of my own. So that's how it started.
So is there a particular book that got you started? You said that I understood that I could write stories of my own.
Yeah, a few books like Famous Five, Gerard. Yeah, those are a few of them. My grandmother also when she used to come over, she also used to tell me stories. So yeah.
That's beautiful. And I think that's a great insight into the making of a young writer. We all think that the process of writing begins from when we write the first word, but that is not true. The process of writing for Shashwat began when he was 4, when he began telling his parents the stories that he is dreaming of. And I think that is true of any talent or any skill, that we are only seeing at the tip of the iceberg. The book that we're seeing today is the tip of the iceberg, but it's taken him years and years of getting there. It's taken him a lot of passion, a lot of support from his family to get there. And I think that's a great point that Shashwat has brought here. So tell us, Shashwat, tell us about the idea of the secret wall. How did that come to you?
Uh, this book is it's mostly my idea. I have so the main theme behind this book is that the truth cannot be hidden for long.
Spoken like a true fiction aficionado. Very nice. I love that. Truth cannot be hidden for long. Any of you got some Mission Impossible kind of themes in the background? I could hear the music in the background when he said that. Okay. Lovely. So tell us about your process of writing a book, Shashwat. Is that you have follow a process of how you go about it, a fixed number of hours, or I do it at this particular time, weekends? Is there a process?
Not anything of that kind. Whenever I get ideas, I just write.
All right, lovely. Keeping it simple. I think that is the key to great writing as well. And Shashwat, when you started writing, did you face any challenges? Because typically what we've seen is there are a lot of young writers, and not just young. I think every writer who's writing a book starts with a lot of promise, enthusiasm, and then somewhere in between we kind of lose focus because we start getting new ideas, and that freshness, that passion for that old idea isn't there anymore. So did you also face any challenges? If you did, how did you overcome that?
At first, there was no challenges because I just had to put my dreams across by writing them. But then I realized that there is more to writing than that. I have to like publishing, illustration, editing, all that. My mom was helping me with all that. And she helped me find Bookospia, which helped me with the professional editing and illustration of the book, and also the publishing.
That's lovely. And look at the confidence of this youngster, because he's not just talking about the process of writing, but he knows the entire chain of how a book actually reaches your hand. And I think that's the most beautiful part about the generation of today. They're so aware of all the aspects that is related to book. It's not just that I wrote the story and then how it becomes a book. Then that's not my business. No, he's taken personal care and attention. And many times I know I've spoken to his mother and him as well, and he always says, "When will the book be ready?" I've already told my, I'm very excited to take this book to my school, and that enthusiasm is just beautiful to see. Okay. Okay, Shashwat. Now, we all of us, when we read a book, the messaging that we take from the book is different, because our experiences and how we live our lives, they determine how we understand the book. But for you as the writer, what message do you think you got from writing this book?
The message would be something. Never be afraid of when you get challenges. Never shy away. You should always strive to your goal.
That's a brilliant message. Thank you, Shashwat. Brilliant speaking with you as usual. We are very, very excited for this launch today, and spoken like a true author, I must say. All right, we now have Pooja Saklani who joins us. For those who don't know, Pooja is an accomplished children's illustrator with almost 50 children's books to her credit. She is the winner of the Best Dissertation Award at the Doon University for her project on making a book for the neurodiverse, a sticker book that she created on her own. Her art has also been selected to be gifted to the president, Ms. Draupadi Murmu. She has many, many achievements. but remains humble and modest always. Perhaps that is her greatest skill and not illustration. But yeah, I'd love to invite her. Hi, Pooja. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Uh,
Okay,
Pooja,
so
yeah, go ahead, Pooja. I just want to know, as an illustrator, what is the first reaction you get? Because I've seen what you get, right? You get just a Google Doc, right? But we don't get that
hmm,
when you're done with the work. So when you get the Google Doc, what is that? How did you feel when you got the secret wall as a Google Doc?
okay. So first of all, congratulations to Shashwath for this amazing book. I mean, the content was really nice. And yes, ma'am, I just received the Google Doc. So when I first received the manuscript, I was very impressed by the storyline. I mean, it's full of mystery and so I don't want to reveal the whole story, but yes, it was good. You'll get to know once you got the book. So yes, it was good, Sashwat.
Thank you, ma'am.
Pooja, we spoke about Shashwat's process of how he writes. What about you?
Hmm.
What is your process of illustrating a book?
So the process it depends on what kind of book we are doing. Is it a novel or is it like a picture book or? But the illustration process is moreover same for all the books. So we just go through the story. What are the characters? We note down the characters. Then we do the rough sketching. And once these things are done, we move to the final sketch with the colored thing. This is the whole process.
Do you have a favorite illustration from the book that you?
The cover. I mean, it's mysterious at the same time. It's fun, adventurous. So yes, the cover one.
Absolutely, I agree. I think this is one of the most beautiful covers that we've done for our books. All right,
Hmm.
Pooja, and a lot of young people who are listening into this conversation right now, some of them are, also want to illustrate their stories. What tips can you offer to them? How can we start illustrating a story? Is there anything that you can share?
So okay, so I'll keep it short and crisp. So I have two key tips for the beginners. The tip number one is draw daily. You should draw daily. The more you draw, the more you practice, the better you will become. So this is the tip number one. And tip number two is for the beginners. Try copying other artists or other designers' work. For the beginning, copying and taking reference is not a bad thing. So you should see what other people are doing and draw daily. So these two tips.
That's great advice. And I would say the same thing for any skill, whether you are, or you want to practice
Hmm.
writing, sport, doing it daily, even if for a few minutes, makes a lot of difference. That's great advice. Thank you,
Yes.
Pooja. And yeah, congratulations to you as well for another beautifully done book. We have Alina
Thank you, ma'am.
Shahjan with us. Alina is the editor of the book. And what I want to ask from Alina is, Alina, tell us about, you can share about any tips that you have for young writers who are watching this, some quick 3 or 4 tips that you can give to have them become better writers. And also what you thought of Secret Wall, of course, without giving any spoilers.
Sure. So, first of all, I have to congratulate Shashwat for writing such an amazing story. And Shashwat's story was one of the first edits I actually did. And of course, that is memorable for me as well. And reading into a story, I was actually amazed at how well he writes. it reminded me of how pure and honest kid storytelling can be. So while editing it, I did face challenges because it was the first work I did, and it was hard, but I got through it. And I felt like the kid has put in more effort, and if I can help him make his story better, that is something I can, like, some small part I take in a big dream of a kid. And honestly, it was inspiring. And well, coming about tips, I would tell the kids have to write what they feel. We can actually help them make it better, but it is their aspirations which is the spirit to the story. So they can write whatever they want. They have a voice, is what they should believe. Secondly, it is their work, so they can be creative in every aspect, be the character, the plot line, the climax, everything. Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you, Alina. Great tips for everyone. Okay, and now we have the proud parents of Shashwath. We'd like to hear from them. Of course, they know more about Shashwath than any of us, and they have been following his journey. So I think I would like to ask you both. You can answer each. Tell us about the journey of how you have it's as a parent. I think uh, how can we support a child's interest? So I think from the beginning you could see that Shashwat was interested in telling stories, and of course he's a very good reader as well. So how does one nurture their child's interest?
You want to go ahead?
Okay. For me, it was like, telling him, go ahead and put whatever you think. Don't, think about. Initially, it started like that only. He was putting in whatever thoughts he had into the diaries. First, it was diary. Then we said, okay, start typing. So he started typing. And one thing he was not doing is, like, once he finishes the story, then he starts, pressurizing us to read the story. So what I told him is, like, don't expect others to read it first. You have to read your book first, and then let others read it. Because when you're reading it again, you may think that there may be break in the flow of the story, or you wanted it to change a little bit. You didn't like put it in the first place, all those things. So then he started reading it, and then he tells us to read it. So and we kept encouraging him to keep putting his thoughts in a paper or a text document. That's what we did. And yes, when he was writing so many stories, it was not one story at a time. He will write multiple stories at a time. Whatever thoughts comes in, he'll go start typing. There is no time or duration in which he will limit his writing process. So we never stopped him from doing it. We let him do whenever he wants to do it. Even if it is 10 o'clock in the night, he says, Amma, I want to write a story. I let him do it. I don't stop him from doing it. So that's what we did, and I hope all the parents also do the same thing.
Yeah, the other side of it is, how does that creativity part of it come in, right? How do you catch that? So I think the first and foremost thing is we generally go out for a walk in the morning, right? So he used to start his stories, right? Probably even from his school. His art teacher, tries to bring out that imagination for them to draw, right? So it's not like look at something and draw. Try to think, imagine, and then draw, right? So he used to tell stories of he fighting with crocodiles and he showing them crocodile teeth and all that stuff. So those kind of stories kept going on and on, right? So these had to be captured somewhere. So that's when I think get your thoughts together, start putting them all in a book, right? So that's where it all got started, I think. And like my wife said, right? It's like whenever he feels that he's got an idea, right? He just takes a book and he used to write it. And there were also times when he graduated from books to the laptop where he started typing things. So I think as parents, the best that we can do is see what their interests are and encourage them in those directions as much as you can.
That's beautifully said. Thank you. Very, very valid points by both of you. And if we would love for to hear what you have, one message each for Shashwath.
He's been a wonderful child. I hope he continues to what he is right now, and and we are here to support him in whatever he does. Don't think twice to pursue your dream. That's all I have to tell him.
Yeah, I would want him to be exploring things. He's tapped into writing books, right? Similar interests. He can explore other hobbies and interests as well, and they're always there to support. That's pretty much what I had to say.
Shashwath, we made you hear nice things about you today, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, but you have such lovely parents, and you are very lovely yourself. So we're very proud to have this beautiful family and nurturing family as part of our Bookosmia's endeavor to have talented young voices being heard. Our whole aim at Bookosmia has been that a story that needs to be told must be told. No young writer should face a bias or prejudice just because of their age. And we are trying to have all of our young writers' books not just up on, for a limited number, but we are trying to take it to markets, not just in India, but abroad, in LitFest as well as traditional bookstores. And I'm sure that you are going to see that very, very soon. Because at the end, I will tell you how you can go ahead and look for your copy as well. But for now, we have a very special guest today. That is Harshita ma'am, who's joining us. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Very good morning. Yeah, I am so happy to be part of this event. And yeah, as a teacher, we always, there's no, greater joy than seeing our students succeed. So here, Shashwath, who has made us proud. Yeah, so yeah, Shashwath, he is an exceptional student, I must say, always wanting to learn something new, exploring new ideas. Yeah, so Shashwath's book, I'm so proud, The Secret Wall. So it's a testament to his, patience and perseverance, talent. Yeah, so keep growing, keep writing, keep inspiring others. That's what I would want to say, Shashwath. And so very proud of you, so proud of you. It's a remarkable achievement. So keep up the good work, Shashwath, and all the best. All the best.
Harshita ma'am, if we could ask one question to you. The question is, what do you think about the role of schools in nurturing talents like, say, writing and something that's not core education?
Correct.
What role does a school play?
Yeah, so as rightly said by Sir, so he was telling, so whatever is a student's interest, parents also play a part of it, rightly said, and also does the teacher. When we happen to observe things, say suppose his interest in writing, so probably when we ask him to, we do have so many competitions, right? The essay writing, the debate, or art, so many competitions. So when we do see students doing so well in that particular event of theirs, so we always try to bring them up in that. So we do give them that push which is required for them to, step one step forward. So that push probably if we give to each and every student. So schools do play a major role. So whenever they do their mistakes, they always come to us, and we are the ones who, correct their mistakes. So all these small things will definitely help such great writers like our Shashwath.
Thank you, ma'am. And I think it's wonderful to see the school as well having such a good, encouraging environment for its young students like Shashwath. Thank you once again for making a difference in a student's life.
Thank you.
All right. And now, Shashwath, something special for you. Okay. So we are going to do something called as a rapid fire quiz. Okay. In a rapid fire quiz, we'll just ask you some random questions. And I just want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. You don't need to think. And there'll be no thinking time. All right. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. My first question is, if you could describe your book in one word, it would be?
Mystery.
Okay. If you could dedicate your book to one person, it would be?
My mom.
Okay. Oops. Did we start a fight?
Yeah.
He's always politically correct.
All right. You have an exam coming up, but you have a great idea. What would you do? Study or write?
I would do both.
All right. When do you write best? Morning, afternoon, or night?
There's no particular.
Okay. What's your favorite snack while eating?
There's no particular snack. But I like everything.
Okay. Do you like to write directly in a book or do you like to type directly?
Typing is easy.
Okay. Have you ever written a character based on a real person?
No, since this is my first book.
Okay. If you ever write a character based on a real person, would you tell them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What's one secret ingredient every book needs?
Probably mystery, action.
If your book was turned into a movie, who will play the lead roles of SJ and Viki?
I don't know.
Which actors?
Uh, hmm, yeah, anime character.
Anime characters.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. We all want to hear names. Come on, tell us some two names.
Probably Naruto and Gojo.
What about the elephant?
The elephant, there are no elephants that I have watched any animes. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, actors and actresses of Hollywood and Bollywood. You have no role to play in this wonderful movie. Okay. And finally, when can we expect your next book?
Once I'm done writing.
I will see that. All right. That's the most wonderful part about our young writers and their spontaneity. There's never a dull moment, just like this book. All right. We have a wonderful Simon who's also joined us, and Simon is going to help take this book to the markets. Simon, how excited are you for this book?
I'm very, very, very excited. And first of all, congratulations, Shashwath. It was a great book. The cover looks exciting. The story looks exciting. And it was really great interacting with you. And congratulations to the parents too. It was, good to see that the way you support Shashwath and the way Shashwath has used that support to turn this book into such a beautiful thing. And I'll be very happy to take this, not just into India, but internationally. And we'll do really good with this book. I have high hopes with this book. And yeah, congratulations and all the best for your second book that I'm very sure is coming soon. Okay. So yeah.
Thank you.
See, Shashwath, everybody knows there's a second book coming. All right. So now to all of you who are joined us, we have a question for you. Okay. Now, Shashwath created a secret world with characters, with a lot of, let's say, interesting situations. We have a prompt for you. If you could create a secret world, what would it be? And tell us, what would it look like? What are the characters? Tell us like 2 or 3 lines. Send us the answers on our Bookosmia, either Facebook or Instagram or on our email. And maybe Simon could send the email ID out on the chat. And the best answer will receive a copy of this wonderful book. All right. Now, since today is the launch, the link for the book is going to be up very, very soon. And we will be sharing with you all the details of the book and how you can get it. Please do get this book. It's fantastic. And I'm sure Shashwath would like all of his friends, family, and readers across the world to not just read the book, but share a review with him as well. So do share that review on our website, bookosmia.com. And of course, support this young author. May he keep writing. May he keep growing. May the tribe of young authors keep growing. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a wonderful week ahead, all of you. Thank you.